I've literally been trying to figure out how to properly set my camera, and I look like I'm in an 1800s film, but we're gonna ignore that. Hello, I'm back. So, this week's video, I wasn't too sure what to talk about, but then I realized a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of people I'm friends with, are going back to college. A lot of you guys were going to school from home and you guys were doing virtual classes, and now it's time to go back. And I realized that I graduated college in 2016. That was a very long time ago. I'm kind of old, but I've learned many things throughout my college journey. I've learned many things. I've grown as a person a lot, and I wanted to share some tips with you that I've learned that hopefully help you throughout your journey in college. So I hope these are helpful. I hope you learned something from these. So I think the number one thing I've learned in college is to never sign up for an 8 a.m. class. My first semester, I was like, okay, I've literally started high school at 7:30 a.m. 8 a.m. class, I got this easy. Clearly not easy at all. For some reason, when you start college, your body, your brain automatically just changes and does not want to wake up on time. I took a speech class at 8 a.m. Literally the only thing I had to do was go to class, give a speech like every other week, and literally it was probably the easiest class I ever signed up for. However, I got a B in the class. I overslept for this class probably like 3 to 4 times. I don't know why I overslept for this class 3 to 4 times, but clearly waking up for an 8 a.m. class, even while I'm living on campus, was something I couldn't do. So maybe you can do it. Maybe you actually can. But me, personally, I do not recommend signing up for a class that starts before like 9:30 a.m. because there is no way you're going to be able to wake up, get ready, get your Starbucks, because hello, why would you not get Starbucks in the morning, and make it to your class on time? So if there's anything I can tell you, is please do not sign up for an 8 a.m. class. There is a reason why that 8 a.m. class always has seats available. And the reason is because people like me cannot do it. Rent your textbooks. Please rent your textbooks. I cannot believe how many times I've spent money on a textbook only for it to collect dust. Especially if you're not majoring in the class you're signing up for. There is no reason for me to pay $200 for a history textbook when I'm majoring in psychology. Rent your textbooks. It's completely okay. You don't need to buy textbooks. Sometimes they'll be like, you're going to use this in the future. No, you're absolutely not. Rent your damn textbooks. Unless you like collecting textbooks and you want to put it in your library, that's completely fine, but save money. Rent your textbooks. But when you rent your textbooks, also return it on time so you don't have to pay for not returning it on time, because I've bought my textbooks, I've rented my textbooks, and I probably had an overdue textbook. So rent but return on time. I think one of the biggest lessons I've probably learned in college is that you're going to make friends, you're going to get close to people, but they're not always going to stay in your life. And I think that's the hardest truth I've learned, is you can find your people, you can find your group, but keep in mind that when you're going to college, you're also growing and you're learning about yourself and you're finding who you are as a person. Like, that age range that you're in college is one of the most, I think, important age ranges of your life, because you're slowly growing into who you are and who you're going to be. And along the way, that comes with realizing that you're not going to vibe with the same people all the time, and that's okay. That's completely okay, as much as it hurts to be like, hey, we used to be so close and now we're not. That's part of life. That's part of the journey. And sometimes, yes, you make friends that stay with you for life. But a lot of the times, if they don't, know that it's okay. Know that that's part of life. Instead of trying to find the people that you want to be with forever, it's more important to find yourself and find who you are as a person. And I think that's one of the things that I wish I did the most in college. It's not really focused on who am I going to be friends with and who am I going to hang out with and who should I hang out with. I wish I focused more on myself and finding who I am, because once I found who I was, it was so easy to connect with people that I knew were going to stay by my side forever. Something else that I've learned the hard way is to always check your email, and not just your email. Whatever online portal your college uses, please check that before going to class, especially if it's your first class of the day. I cannot tell you how many times I have walked into a classroom, sat down, taken out my books, taken out my phone, only to see an email from the professor saying, hey, class is canceled today. And I'm just sitting there like, I could have gotten another hours of sleep if I just checked my fucking email. So definitely, like, before you leave your house, before you leave to go to class, just check your email. Sometimes they don't email you. Sometimes they just put it on the online portal being like, hey, class is canceled. Don't show up. Just check before you go. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of time if you do that. I think the number one thing that I'm glad I did in college was having a day off. I remember I would take classes on like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and whatever random day of the week if I ever had a lab or anything, and then I would have some days off. For an example, there was a semester where I had like Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday off, and that really worked for me because this leads to my next tip is find what study habits work for you. And for me, the study habits that worked for me was to just have all of my classes in one day and then have a day where all I did was work and study and errands and just things because I dormed. So being able to, just throw my laundry into the washer while sitting down and studying while my laundry's getting done, it just made life a lot easier. If you're someone who needs a day or two off during the week, that's completely okay. Build your schedule that way. Just keep in mind when finals come, you might have a lot of exams on one day. But I think the upside for that was me just having those days to study and just getting it all out of the way in one shot. I think when we go to college or when we start college, there's always this little myth that we need to know what major we're picking and we need to graduate in 4 years. And let me tell you, that is not true. If you're going to college, if you're in your freshman year and you don't know what you want to major in, that's fine. That's normal. You're literally 17 or 18 years old when you're in college. There's absolutely no reason why you should have the rest of your life planned out. Going to college undecided, know that it's okay. And if people tell you it's not, they're wrong. It's okay to not know what you want to do when you're still trying to figure out who you are. And I think that's the biggest thing is that people don't realize that when you're in college, you are figuring out who you are. So to be able to sit down and say, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life is nearly hard to do. You don't have to know. I changed my major like 3 times. I started as a psychology major. I decided I wanted to do radiology. I could not memorize any freaking bone in the body, so I switched back to psychology, and now I'm in social work. Like, as you experience life in college, you're going to learn more and more about who you are, and that is okay. And again, if you don't finish college in 4 years, that's completely fine. Everyone goes at their own pace. Just make sure you take care of yourself in the process and don't let what others say determine what path you take. Just make yourself happy, and that's the most important thing ever. I don't know why my camera quality is what it is right now because it wasn't this last week and I played with the settings like 35 times. But if this is your first time watching my video, I'm very sorry. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye. Bye, 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 bye. Oh my god, what is my hair doing? Oh my god. Oh, okay, this is cute. This is cute.